The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the holographic display flickered to life. Ambassador Krelnoth's three eyes widened in what could only be described as primal fear. The image showed a vessel unlike anything the civilized galaxy had ever witnessed. "Impossible," whispered High Chancellor Vextara, her crystalline form dimming with distress. "The humans, they've actually built it." For 3 cycles, the Council had dismissed Earth's warnings. The Crithian swarm was advancing, consuming world after world with their biomechanical horrors. Every species had contributed their finest warships to the defense fleet. Every species except humanity, who had remained mysteriously silent, their representatives offering only cryptic assurances. Now they understood why. The human battleship emerged from subspace like a predator materializing from shadow. The UESS Indomitable stretched nearly 5 kilometers from bow to stern, its hull a patchwork of angular armor plating that seemed to absorb light itself. Where other species built their vessels with elegant curves and artistic flourishes, humanity had created something brutally functional, a weapon that made no apologies for its purpose. Captain Marcus Rivera stood on the bridge, his weathered face illuminated by tactical displays. Around him, his crew worked with mechanical precision, descendants of a species that had clawed its way from cave-dwelling primitives to starfarers in the blink of galactic time. "Sir, we're receiving panicked transmissions from the Council fleet," reported Lieutenant Chen. "They're requesting we power down our weapon systems. They think we're a threat." Rivera allowed himself a grim smile. "Tell them we're here to save their lives, not end them. All hands, battle stations. The swarm is 2 light minutes out." The Crithian swarm had terrorized the galaxy for generations. Their ships were living nightmares, organic monstrosities that regenerated damage and adapted to any weapon used against them. Plasma cannons that melted their hulls today would bounce off harmlessly tomorrow. Kinetic rounds that pierced them last week now triggered explosive countermeasures. The galaxy's species had learned to fight with precision and finesse, using energy weapons that minimized collateral damage and preserved the sanctity of space. They fought wars like chess matches, bound by 10,000 years of conventions and civilized restraint. Humanity had no such compunctions. "Target solutions locked," announced Weapons Officer Kowalski, her fingers dancing across holographic controls. "Railguns charged to maximum capacity. Nuclear arsenal armed and ready. Antimatter torpedoes standing by." The Council ships scattered in terror as the Indomitable's weapons ports opened like the eyes of some ancient god of war. 30 railgun batteries extended from the hull, each capable of hurling depleted uranium slugs at relativistic speeds. Missile pods bloomed along the vessel's flanks, containing enough destructive potential to crack a planet's crust. "They're going to kill us all," Krelnoth whimpered, watching from his flagship. "Those weapons, they're illegal under 16 different treaties." "Earth never signed those treaties," his tactical officer reminded him quietly. The Crithian swarm burst into normal space like a plague erupting from reality's wound. Thousands of bioships, each pulsing with hostile intelligence, each adapted to resist every conventional weapon the galaxy could muster. They had never encountered anything as unconventional as humanity. "Fire!" Rivera commanded. The Indomitable spoke with the voice of thunder. Railgun rounds crossed the void at percentages of light speed, each slug carrying kinetic energy measured in megatons. They struck the swarm ships with devastating effect, punching through adaptive armor that had never evolved to handle pure, overwhelming kinetic force. But humanity was just getting started. Nuclear-tipped missiles followed, each warhead carefully calibrated for maximum electromagnetic pulse and thermal radiation. The swarm's organic components had no defense against the fundamental forces of fission and fusion. Ships that had shrugged off plasma beams now burned like moths in a furnace. Then came the antimatter torpedoes. Where they struck, matter ceased to exist in spectacular annihilation events that turned space itself into a screaming void of raw energy. The swarm, which had adapted to every weapon in the galaxy's arsenal, discovered that some forces of nature could not be adapted to, only survived or not. They chose not. The battle lasted 17 minutes. When silence finally fell, the Council fleet hung motionless in space, sensors struggling to process what they had witnessed. Of the Crithian swarm's 3,000 ships, nothing remained but expanding clouds of ionized particles and rapidly cooling debris. The Indomitable floated amid the carnage, its weapon system still warm, its hull barely scratched. "Council fleet, this is Captain Rivera," Marcus transmitted, his voice carrying across every frequency. The swarm is neutralized. We're sending damage assessment teams to assist your wounded vessels. On the Council flagship, Krell Noth found his voice after several false starts. Captain, your methods. They're barbaric, uncivilized. You fight like we're trying to win? Rivera interrupted. Ambassador, my species spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of killing each other. We got very, very good at it. When we finally made it to the stars, we brought that expertise with us. You can call us barbaric if you want. You can call us uncivilized, but we're alive, and the swarm is dust. High Chancellor Vexitara's form brightened with what might have been understanding or resignation. The galaxy will never be the same after today. You've shown us that our conventions, our civilized way of war, may have been luxuries we could no longer afford. With respect, Chancellor, Rivera replied, we showed you that sometimes survival requires becoming the thing you fear most. Humanity learned that lesson in blood over millennia. We hoped you'd never have to learn it at all. As the Indomitable began its journey back to Earth, leaving a galaxy forever changed in its wake, one truth crystallized in every alien mind that had witnessed the battle. Humanity had not joined the galactic community to be protected. They had joined to become its protectors, and the universe would never forget the day Earth's battleship arrived. The day the galaxy learned that some